Well, hello and welcome to a new session of Queer and D, where a bunch of us get together and roll dice and play D&D for a few hours every couple of weeks whenever our schedules actually permit us to. Last session, everybody just had a little bit of a self-care moment. Tex was making potions, everybody else was going shopping, with Leaf not necessarily making the enemy, but did not exactly make friends with the proprietor of the Fair Wizard. They then also checked out the Magic Boutique, which was run by Jameson, where Pandora used to work, and they discovered it's abandoned and that Jameson's probably been dead for a good number of years. They did though manage to take Pandora's mug and drop it back off with her at the house anyway, before they headed off out for carrying out the deliveries that they have been tasked with for the local brewery, where they had to deliver those to one of the other towns for their payment of booze. There's not really any kind of announcements or so per se with this one. We are getting into a little bit more different territory now with the game, where we haven't been before, but the group did kind of arrive back at their house a couple days before the peace talks were due to start, and are ready to kind of go now with all of that. So don't really want to take up too much time, because want to kind of just jump straight into the peace talks. So let's get on with it.
Alright, let's go.
Do it!
Let's do this.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Do you guys need a recap?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Maybe?
Oh, where are we?
Me and Trish are like, yes.
Fair.
So last time, the way we ended it off last time anyway was you guys had done like a big shopping day after like some self-care.
Right.
Leaf somehow managed to antagonise a fair-haired wizard. So after that and all your shopping and things like that, and Torin getting the +2 to the dex, I think it was, for the book.
Did you not? Yeah, because I'm not very stealthy. It's stealth.
Yes. So I think that was for Dex that it was added on for. So that's now added. And you guys, after Tex made a bunch of potions and things like that, you guys did the delivery of the alcohol to the town and came back. And you guys had just returned back from your excursions. You have a couple of days before the peace talks for anything that you would like to do.
And now we have a free supply of liquor at our house.
Throw a party.
Not unlimited, but a supply.
But you know, significant supply.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Leaf.
Right? Plenty of ale.
And Pandora had also confirmed that she would be coming back into town like the night before the peace talks were due to start, and that mates would be there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so we've had a complete rest, and so we're good.
I'm no longer at 20 hit points.
Like
Yeah.
multiples of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 weeks worth of a rest.
Good. All good there. I'm totally broke. I think.
Oh yeah. I am somehow not. Oh, it's because I didn't go shopping.
Yeah.
Why I'm not broke? Because I stayed home and I made potions for everyone.
Yeah.
And we distributed those potions. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so. I think I put a note on my notes.
Yeah, because it was like 7 potions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
I've got healing word.
So I have 4 potions of healing and 1 greater.
Yeah, that's what I have. Yeah,
I think I had
my bag, and then I distributed the rest.
I've got that. Yeah.
I also have oil of slipperiness and potion of
Oh, that's it. Oil. Oh, and potion of heroism.
Yeah, and then there was the stuff that you guys procured from the knick-knack shop.
Yes.
I say procured because
Um,
some were legally, some were
Yes.
not so legally.
Since I don't want to delay things too much, but since I didn't get to go shopping, is there an actual arms dealer, like weapons dealer around? What are my weapons dealer
Let's see.
/ shields dealer options?
Okay. Let's pull out the book. So, is it even in this book? It should be in this book. It is in this book. Okay. In terms of armaments, you have a couple of blacksmithing and metalwork places, as well as some arcane shops, if there's anything that, like, with arcane enchantments that you would like. Yeah, that would really be the sort of main options that you would have. So the arcane shops were spelunking, which you guys didn't go to. There was the Fair Wizard, which you did go to, and then
Is the one that, but he doesn't know that I know the
No.
rude elf that came in the other day, so that's fine.
And then for blacksmithing and metalwork, you have the melting jug, iron bowl, and mended blade.
Okay. Would I know? You know, I already have a +1 shield, but I'd kind of like to, I don't know, jazz it up or get something jazzier. Would that be more likely to be found at an arcane shop or at one of the weapons dealers?
More so at an arcane shop, I would say.
Okay, so why don't I go to Spelunking since no one else went there?
Okay.
And it's the weirdest name.
I know, I love it. I'm just gonna holler out as a, hey, I'm gonna go shield shopping if anybody wants to come.
Sounds boring. No, thank you.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with the bread shields and stuff, like the patisserie bakery.
I think patisserie weaponry is very important.
Like,
Yeah.
if you still have them, then they are completely
Or the
moldy.
table.
Because it's been like over a week.
Oh, it's been over a week. Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
Oh,
It feels like that was only yesterday.
great. You want me to bring home more bread swords?
Yeah, sure. Bread sticks would also be fine. They're probably cheaper.
Probably cheaper. All right.
So some bread
All right. So
daggers
I just want to do a quick hit up and see if they have anything,
Okay.
since I am not.
So, heading to Spelunking. It is, where is my list of lovely names? It's here. I have multiple books. You go in and there is an ASMR looking individual, but it's not, doesn't look quite ASMR, if you know what I mean. They're still really fucking tall. Really fucking ripped. But they have brown hair. Kind of short. I wouldn't quite say like a Lord Farquaad haircut, but it's close enough to like a decent, a much better looking Lord Farquaad haircut.
bowl cut. Like a bowl
Well, it's
cut.
more so like a Beatles, a bad Beatles haircut.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Don't diss the beat.
Yeah, just the Beatles all you want. All right. I'm gonna walk into the shop.
Cool.
Good morning.
Good morning to yourself. Are you looking for anything in particular today?
What might you have in way of shield, sword, anything of that stripe, little magical zip to it.
In terms of sword, what kind of length would you be looking for?
I'm good with pretty much any. Long swords are good. Short swords are good. Not so much of a rapier person. Not really a great sword person either, because I like to carry a shield, so I like to have a hand free.
Sword.
Long sword, short sword, one-handed swords, really,
Okay.
but not fancy. No, but not fancy lightweight weapons. A little sturdier.
Okay. I do have. Let me just check something. Let's see what type of sword this one is. If it's a long sword or a great sword, it would be classed as.
Pass.
If it would tell me what type of sword it is, rather than just telling me the history of this sword, it would be great. I'm going to say it's a long sword.
All right.
So, I do have this one over here. And you sort of look over to the side, and everything in this store is like really quite well mounted and presented. It looks as though the owner takes pretty good care of their wares and presents them in such a fashion where you're able to quite clearly see it. Everything's all clean and polished and everything like that as well. So you look over and know how the wooden mounts that you get for like swords to just display them on the wall and stuff like that. It's almost like one of those, and it's got two little sort of wooden dowels coming out, and in the center is it looks almost like Narsil. But obviously a full sword. Andwheel, I think it's called, is it sort of reforged, if I'm remembering correctly. So it looks like Andwheel, in a nice, really polished silver, and a longsword. This one over here is a +1 longsword, so it'll just help you hit things a little bit better.
Yeah. Well, and I pull out my pretty sword that I have on my back, and I go, "Yeah, I already have one of those," and I put it back.
In terms of shields, got something that's just sort of let me just show you it.
Okay.
Let's see. They pull out this. It's still a rounded shield, but it's made entirely of metal, and it's got some blue leather sort of put into the center of the shield, and it sort of displays like a hydra head motif. And it's got some intaglios, sort of almost looks like acid etched into the sort of metal surround of the blue. This one,
that's pretty.
It's it's heavy enough where you feel as though it's got a bit of heft to it, where it would protect you quite well. This would be a +2 shield, this one.
Whoa. That's awfully pretty. It might be a little out of my price range, but how much are we talking about here?
Something like this, with the workmanship and the rarity of it, would set you back in the region of 5,000 gold.
5,000! Holy! Woo! Woo! Yeah, that's too rich for my penny pockets. I do work for the queen, if that helps. But, whew, that's Yeah.
Make a deal.
I can't barter down from 5,000 to what I have in my purse right now.
Oh,
I don't even have 1,000. I got no.
oh my god!
I got no bartering.
Get
ground.
out of there! What are you shopping for?
You know I was gonna choke on it.
$1,000, but you like up your
You're
thing for
not
a grand.
here.
Oh,
You're
I know,
not.
I know.
Here. You chose not to come with me. You don't get to bitch about my
Nope.
stupidity.
But you know I could.
Well, I mean, what do you have in the way of, do you have actual armor at all? I mean, I'm kind of a medium armor kid, but...
What kind of armor do you use at the moment?
I just have a simple chain shirt right now.
I've got something that's a little bit heftier than that. Brings out or lifts up anyway. Like so, it's on like a mannequin, but it was in the process of being put on the mannequin. Another looking chain shirt, but it is like gleaming silver, like it's a brand new chain shirt. Something with this one would run you about 1,500 gold.
Let's see. Do you do any like trading? Because I could give you. I could do like 700, and then I've got this really cool whip. Whip. And I unhook the whip of domination from my hip.
Okay. Let me just sort of see what kind of prices that would be. This is why it's so good being on like computers for this, because I can just easily look this up.
You can just Google and you don't have to like.
But do I have the book over there? Let me grab the book that was in. I'm not mistaken, it was your very first session you got this, am I right?
Yeah.
Oh jeez, okay.
And I think I've used it once.
Yeah. Okay. So, surprisingly it does not give me prices for that. So, let's come up with a price.
What kind of sword is it?
It's the whip of
I
domination.
have the whip of domination.
The what?
The whip of domination that I've had since like our first session. And I'm trying to trade it for some better armor.
Let's see. So an
Is
item
it
like
the
this,
sword?
what do you class as in terms of rarity?
It's an uncommon item.
Yeah.
Uncommon?
I can just roll a D100.
Yeah. You've obviously thrown me with this. Let's see.
Or a D10 times 100 or something.
I mean, uncommon items, if we go raw, they're worth about 500 gold, so we'll set it at 500.
Okay. Cool. So, why don't I? How much did you say the pretty armor, the pretty chain shirt was? Said
1,500.
1,000 or 1,500.
Yeah, 1,500.
All right. So I've got 500. I've got a 500 gold whip and 700 gold, and I will be broke as fuck, y'all. So that's 1,200. Can you do 1,200? And I could, I don't know, do you a favor, clean up around the shop. Threaten your competition. I don't know. I could.
roll a persuasion check.
Got a layaway plan.
Yeah. Buy it and then store
Okay.
credit.
All right, let me get to my persuasion. Come on. Come on. Don't do me dirty today. Ooh! 23.
All right. Tell you what. We'll go with your trade and with the 700. And we'll call it even.
That is amazing. You are a gentleman and a scholar. And I put the whip on the counter nicely.
Mm-hmm.
And I hand over 700 gold.
So as you sort of leave then, you see the owner of the shop use the whip to sort of get a feel for it, and you see one of the mannequins over in the corner that is in gleaming armor, like polished, not even a smudge or a speck of dust on this armor, and you just see some vines reach out and grasp around it as you leave.
So what did I actually get for that?
A +1 chainmail shirt.
I will take a +1 chain shirt. All right, that's all I wanted to do.
Cool. Is there anything that anybody else would like to do? Or do we want to jump to sort of the night before when Pandora sort of appears on the doorstep?
I mean, I can't even remember what I was doing. I think I was just in the kitchen room. I can't even remember. Time is a weird.
Well, this is like a week after, like
That's what I
the
mean,
last
so,
session. So what you were
I'm
doing
gonna
last session is probably not what you were doing now.
No, exactly. So I'm thinking I'm probably like just chilling, like maybe like sketching and stuff.
Okay.
In my like little sketchbook, like
Cool.
at the table. This dinner thing.
Yeah. Do you guys have like 2-ish days roughly before Pandora, like a day and a half till Pandora gets here?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
just in case there's any conversations or anything you guys wanted to do in that time frame. If not, we'll sort of jump ahead to then.
Let's jump ahead. Yeah.
I can't speak for Torin, but I'm pretty sure they. Okay.
All right. So
I love a little AC bump. It's not much, but it feels like a lot.
trust me, it'll come in handy.
No, I feel that. I in one of my other campaigns, I literally was like, "Give me more AC. I need it.
I'm like,
Just
I-
need it."
you know, I'm a martial character. I cannot fight from a distance, so I need to be just a little bit beefier.
All right. So the next night, you guys are just sitting down to your dinner, which I'm guessing one of you has lovingly prepared for the rest of the group. Empty place is set for Secret because you guys haven't really seen Secret since you got back. But you've been hearing like the window opening or the door opening and closing each night, so you figured the Secret's alright. And you hear a knock on the door.
Oh, I'm gonna go over to the door. I don't know if does our like housekeeper, does he answer the door or can we answer?
Housekeeper?
Our
I
housekeeper.
can't
you mean our
remember
guard?
his name. I can't remember his name. So I was like the housekeeper.
Your guard.
Yeah, there we go.
Jonas. Jonas.
Jonas brother.
Oh yeah, Jonas Brothers. I need to remember that.
Jonah.
Jonah, yeah, Jonah.
He's one of three.
So
Together
we're
they're
not-
Jonas.
we're not associated with three.
Oh, we are
men.
definitely only hiring guards with the name Joe, Jonas, Joe, like Joel.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Annis.
You're like, excuse me, what's your name? I don't need your qualification. I need your name.
Yeah, so oh, he's guard, so surely he'll answer the door. Or am I assuming?
I don't think that's actually his job.
Okay, in that case, we cleared that up. I'm gonna go to the door and look.
So,
Do we have a peephole?
so if you've just been like sitting at the table, like shouting Jonah, like trying to get Jonah to answer the door.
It would be housekeeper. I've forgotten your name.
Oh no.
If I were to hear Leaf yell out housekeeper, I would yell, Jonah, ignore that, please.
You gotta accept that sometimes Leaf forgets. Jonah knows that I have problems.
I respect that.
So, okay, I'm gonna go to the door and look through our, like, peephole.
You don't have a peephole. It's
We don't have a
house.
peephole. Do we have side glass?
No.
We have windows? We have a conservatory?
No. Best you could do is go into the sort of ballroom beside
Okay.
there and sort of look through the bay window.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
It's not
You
like we've lived
see-
here for a while.
Looking at it at the door, you see that there's two figures. It's quite dark at this point, I would say, and you see sort of two figures because there's nothing sort of illuminating the front door. You don't have
Okay.
like an automatic door light that comes on or anything like that.
Okay, I'm just gonna like blatantly just go to the door and like open it and go, hello there!
And in front of you, you see Pandora and Mets.
Oh, hi! Come on in! And then I just stand to the side and let them walk in.
Okay. Is this the first time that Mets is seeing your house as well?
Oh yeah,
Just to be
make
clear.
sure that I want to make sure that their shoes are clean. What? They're not allowed to bring mud into this house.
Let's just say that when they cross over the threshold, Pandora casts prestidigitation.
Okay, thank you. I mean, I don't want to give Jonah more work.
I would say that she's kind of used to your ways of not wanting muddy footprints in the hall.
Thank you. I mean, we could get the guest slippers out, but that might be too far.
the little booties, the little
Yeah.
blue booties.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we can get a robe, like a dressing gown, like whatever. The whole shebang.
Pandora just says to you, means it's already upstairs.
Oh la la. Okay. Mm-hmm. Right. Well, welcome. Were we expecting people today?
Yes.
Okay. We were. Okay, that's fine. I'm just gonna go back into the dining area and literally just sit back and just start scribbling in my sketchbook.
Okay. Mates and Pandora follow you as well. Mates is just looking around, Pandora knows exactly where she's going.
Cool beans. Guys, we have guests.
Excellent. Hi, honey.
Meh.
Why are you such... Okay, listen, you. Why are you such an asshole to my girlfriend?
Don't trust her.
Which one
Yeah,
are you
get
talking
that.
to?
Dude? What the fuck, dude? She's literally saved us like how many times?
But how many times did she?
How many times is she what now?
What?
Like, I don't want to fight with you, bro, but what the hell?
River does not trust Pandora. The end. Note of interest.
Can I walk past Pandora and just go, I do, I'm just fucking with them, and wink, but make it so that they can't see me do it to Pandora?
Okay, roll a
I will roll-
sleight of hand check and roll a
And
perception
I will
check.
roll a perception
Yeah,
check.
perception. I'm rolling perception as well because I'm like I want to know this shit.
Hold on.
Perception.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, you did
Oh.
put Pandora back her mug, so...
So that's a 19 for me.
I rolled a 6.
I rolled a
So-
15.
I rolled an 11.
19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
I can't see. I
Yeah,
rolled
neither
no-
of them
I don't know.
notice.
Damn.
I don't see fuck all.
Damn it.
And I just kind of laugh and walk away.
Dude! I love you, man, but come on!
That's frustrating. That's frustrating.
Metz is just looking very confused right now.
Oh, it's fun times.
You should, Meds, you should really come hang out more. We're just like this. Why are we like this? I don't know.
Because it's fun. Oh, holy shit.
Where are we?
We're in the dining room having dinner. Mets and Pandora just arrived, and I yelled at River for being a jerk to my girlfriend all the time and for not trusting. which then- And then River did something that neither Leaf or I managed to notice.
So frustrating.
I just come in and I can see there's some kind of mischievous glint over there in River's eyes. And I don't know what happened, but I'm just gonna have a seat and kind of look around. So
I'm like, look, I did some drawings, and I literally just move my sketchbook over to Tori and be like, look what I did.
oh my gosh, that's fabulous! You want to explain it a little bit?
It's leaves.
Leaves! Oh, they're beautiful!
Can we
I
put it on
love
the
it.
fridge? Can we put it on the fridge?
Yes, this is definitely fridge worthy. Let's put it on there right now. On the ice box. Yes, absolutely.
On our medieval refrigerator.
On our medieval refrigerator, the ice box. Yes.
Yes.
Beautiful work. Leaf beautiful.
Literally just like rip it out and like hand it to him, and he puts on the ice
And I'll
box.
take it and just, make my way into the kitchen. Johan! Joseph! Joe!
Nah.
Nah!
Ness.
Ness? Jonas! Jonas?
You don't get a response.
Is it Jonas's day off?
It's Jonah.
It's
Oh.
Jonah.
Jonah. I'm just gonna call him Jay.
Yeah.
Just gonna shorten it all down. Well, I was hoping Jonas would tell me where some stickiness is for this, but for now, I think I'll just set it on the counter and walk back to the room. I don't know where Jay is, but
Set everyone off.
He's a guard. Yeah, you know that's a specific job, right? That generally doesn't involve answering doors or tidying up the house or repairing things or any of that's not.
I mean, I'm not asking him to. We have prestidigitation in this family.
Yes, thanks to my very trustworthy girlfriend.
Well, I wrote in my sketchbook, River does not trust Pandora, so I'm very confused.
Fun times.
So I have the note of interest. I have the date and time.
It's important. Journaling, yes.
It's important, exactly.
Also, make a note. Where is Joe? Ness.
He's probably outside. I get up
He's
and I'm like,
probably, guarding the
yeah,
place.
I literally was just going to say, I'm going to go to the front door, look out, and be like, yeah, he's out here, bye-bye, shut the door and go back in.
Okay.
Okay, good. We've checked. Excellent.
Alright. So,
Yeah.
Pandora, you got any news?
What's up?
Being quiet in the shop this week. That's really about it. So it's given a lot of time for making more stock in the back room.
Nice. It's a shame it's been quiet. That won't be helpful for rising costs.
I take your sketch pad and I read in there. Nice. Showing some interest.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Go
Are the
for it.
words. Y'all are the words.
Well, it's nice to have you here. I mean, yeah. Cool. Vibing.
Any? Do either of you have any thoughts on these peace talks that are supposed to start tomorrow?
Oh.
I'll be there. That's all.
I mean-
that's basically all I'm gonna say. So I'll be there.
Jesus.
Same.
Yes.
Yep.
In fact, we all will. That's why I was asking them if they had any thoughts about it.
I might take some like medicinal stuff to make me extra chill.
There we go. I like your thinking. But not too much, though, because you want to be,
Oh yeah,
able
yeah.
to pop up and pop up if you need to.
Oh, absolutely. It'll be like
Yeah.
a nice amount.
What are
Okay.
you?
Nice
is
amount.
Please, sir, carry on, move.
Continue.
No dice for cats.
Continue.
You have your own dice.
Yeah. I'll be there. See what happens. I don't have anything prepared, but I'm sure you guys probably do. The more articulate of the group.
Well, I was asking our guests if
Well,
they had any thoughts.
Leaf
'cause-
was pointing to our
Yeah.
guests.
Jesus Christ.
Christ. Why are we like this?
This is just trying to stifle like all the laughter just in a tankard of ale.
Yeah, it's been a rough patch,
Oh dear. Oh dear. I need to compose myself.
Speaking of the articulate folk, what's the report on Secret?
Well, I mean, last time I saw them was, like I said, they obviously left through the night and obviously went to see the Queen and stuff. So, I mean, I've not checked in with them per se.
I've heard them rustling about, which I assume was on purpose because
Mm-hmm.
they can absolutely sneak out without any of us noticing.
Truly.
So I think they've been trying to make it clear they've been coming and going. I assume the Queen has them on something
Mm-hmm.
I know. It just
like she do.
seems odd not to get a check-in,
Meh. I mean,
they kind of live up to their name, Secret by Name.
I mean, not wrong.
Not wrong there.
Yeah. So, I'm sure we'll find out. I mean, the peace talks are tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
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 Okay. What time are they at? Just so I know not to like plan anything or like make sure I'm actually there. Like, what if I have a scheduled bath time or like a scheduled meal or?
Right.
We will make sure that you're there.
Okay.
But I think we have to head over first thing in the after breakfast. Yeah.
Okay, that's not too bad. Okay, so we're all leaving at the same time. Okay.
Yeah.
And we will make sure that you are with us.
I mean, if you need a quick bath in the morning, then do what you need to.
Sounds like a plan. Okay.
We don't want to interrupt hair washing day, or
I mean, every day is bath day, isn't it? I mean,
Well, yes, preferably.
I mean, last week was like a complete we had to wash everything because of what happened. So
True.
yeah,
What
all the stuff that you missed. You missed all the epic fighting. You're
Oh.
silly.
oh, nice.
I know.
All the stuff that was missed because we were.
You were
I
like
don't, I was asleep. You were unconscious.
Oh. Oh.
You know.
River was hiding in a corner.
Oh.
I wasn't hiding. I was taking cover.
Oh. Okay.
Tomato.
But yeah, I think I think we're all sorted. I mean, we've got supplies.
I gave everyone a tattoo.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah,
So
that's you.
Oh.
I think we're all sorted because
I 100% forgot to write down what
everyone
spell I
picked-
got.
I'm gonna.
didn't
I'm
you
gonna
take the greater healing spell? Because I took one of them.
I took
Greater
Bane.
healing spell.
Oh yeah, cure wounds, right? Yeah, I think my tattoo was cure wounds.
Really?
I'm looking
I
at
thought it
my
was
body
healing-
for new
I-
ink, and I don't recall.
I thought it was healing word that you took.
Yeah, it's healing
Yes,
word because it's not touch.
It's healing word. Okay.
Yeah, healing word was Tix
It's
and
healing
I,
word is-
and then Torin was I think the touch one, the one with cure wounds.
Your wounds.
New wounds. Very well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I
it's
have,
healing word. Yeah.
What does my tattoo look like?
We all picked a thing.
You had a leaf, Torin.
yeah, you could.
Oh, that's right. I got a little leaf.
I can't
Oh, yeah,
remember
right
what
there.
Tex got, but a leaf got a paintbrush.
Is
Mine is
it
gonna be a dagger. I decided on mine. Mine's gonna be a dagger.
a like a maple leaf or what kind of
It's
leaf?
an oak leaf.
It was a leaf with a smiley face on it.
Yeah, it had, but it's it got
Oh,
smiley
it's got a smile on it. Now, there it is. It's over here on my thigh.
Nice.
Yeah, right there, huh?
And I'm like, wow, chicka, wow.
Mine was
Making
like
everybody,
I'm
it's on
trying to
the
remember,
outer
it was
side,
like
you know, where people can see.
it was like a candle or some kind of light thing. I think mine was.
Yeah, it was like praying hands or something.
Oh, it was.
Oh
it was,
yeah,
yeah.
the high five or the praying hands.
The high five. I got a
I
high
have Bane saved, so I think mine was Bane. I didn't take a healing spell.
Yeah, so I think we're all sorted. Like, if we need to leave, like, right after these peace talks, you know what I mean? Like, if we need to, like, you know, set off on an adventure,
And
then
depending
we're ready. Then we're ready.
Yeah.
All right,
and depending
We're
how
ready.
things go,
Mm,
we're set.
he's
yeah, absolutely.
like a lot. I don't know. Peace talks with the other side of the fractured veil seem like that could go badly really fast.
Yeah, that's why it's better to be prepared. Absolutely.
Yeah. 'Cause this feels like it'll be touch and go at best.
Mm.
Hurricane is coming and I do not feel prepared. Well, I remember that. It was like, I think it was Mr. Fox story or something. There was a little goat that was always preparing for things. But a hurricane was coming and he did not feel prepared.
I have no idea.
Anyway,
what you're talking
never
about.
mind.
I'm gonna change my armor though, because I have that ability. As soon as I
Okay.
figure out fuck I'm gonna how to get there.
Well, I wonder where Jay is.
He's
Yeah.
literally doing his job.
Right, I mean, you know, just want to check in. You know, see how things are going. You know, how he's doing. You care about his well-being. You know,
We should let him know that we're gonna be gone for a little bit.
yeah.
We should have probably hired someone while we did. I think we did hire someone. Didn't we?
I thought we thought about it. Hiring someone
had
to
interviews.
back up for him.
Yeah,
And I remember having a conversation. Now you have someone to relieve you.
Right. But then I blew all my monies.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, but we have a house pot.
That's
We
right. We have a
need
house
a
fund.
I
We
don't
should
have
find a.
I think we have
suitable-
like 1,000 gold in the house pot right now. I don't have my
Suitable-
notebook with me, but I know
We
we
can
all
go with
put 200 in each, and they already had like 500 in it.
Okay, cool. Maybe Jonas knows someone that is.
That's what I'm saying. I think we hired someone, guys.
Did we?
No,
We definitely
No.
had interviews.
Yeah, for Jonah.
that was all for
For
Jonah.
Jonah. I don't think we.
No, we had
Jonah's the
interviews
only one we
after.
hired. Well, Jonah's the only one we hired.
I swear we did.
I don't know. Leaf, can you make a little sign, wanted security kind of thing, and we could just post it on the board in town?
Do we trust Jonah to hire someone
I don't
while
know.
we're gone?
Do we?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
happy. Yeah, I'm
I
happy.
mean, we trust Jonah enough to guard our house, so
I mean, okay. Well,
I
we'll
think
see
that I would trust him to hire a backup.
Yeah, that's
for
true.
him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Cancel that. What do you think?
You just scribble
We'll talk to
on your notebook.
we'll talk to Joe. Did you put that in there? Ask to make. Cross it out.
Yeah,
Ask not to make.
exactly.
Like, is Jonah around the house?
Well, he should be. He's guarding the place.
I was asking God, not you.
Yeah, Jonah's outside. He's doing his perimeter around.
Okay, I'm just gonna poke my head out the front, go to the front door, and like poke my head outside and see, do I see him?
Takes maybe about a minute or so, and then you sort of see him coming around the corner.
Hey, Jonah. First, there's food if you want dinner. Second, I think after these peace talks, we have stuff we have to go do. But we would like to entrust you with hiring yourself another person. Don't pay them as much as we pay you, because you're going to be in charge.
Okay.
Just
If you know somebody or
I pop over there. You know, just for your relief. We can't expect you to be on 24/7. You know.
we're going to be gone for a bit, so
I'll put some feelers out then, see if there's anyone
perfect.
in the city that I know of.
Yeah, we trust you with our house, so we figure we also trust you to find someone to help you out.
We trust you with our lives, Jonah.
Okay, this seems a bit much, but great.
I love you, and then I go back in.
Thanks, man. Again, there's dinner if you want some.
So before we leave, I definitely have changed my armor.
Oh, check you
There's a
out.
little bit more thickness to it. And instead of being more dark, it's got more purple on it. And it's kind of like holographic. You know how, like, what's her name? Captain Marvel suit changes color? That's what it does. It just changes color.
Nice.
But now I have thunder gauntlets.
Ooh.
And up to 3 times I can give myself temporary hit points.
Nice.
Temporary hit points.
It's like the power armor that gives you the auto stim pack.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Looking good. Looking good. Check you out.
Yeah, I don't know how much sneaking I'm going to be doing, but even if I do or don't, this is a little bit more, it gives me a little bit extra oomph.
Love it.
Ooh, did you want to see what I bought today?
What'd you buy?
Tix just starts taking clothes off.
And I was like, what are you doing?
No, I duck away and I take off my old chain shirt and I put on the new
I
one.
go bow,
And I
bow,
come
bow.
out. Hey now.
I mean, they're a changeling. They can just go smooth.
It's true. I could just like remove
Barbie doll it.
make myself
Ken doll.
a Ken doll. Anyway, I walk out. It's all very silvery.
Oh, look
Just
at
for
that.
flavor, there's like little filigrees of like little leaves.
Aw,
They're made of gold.
Mhm.
nice.
Like it.
Cost me literally everything I had.
So you're with the rest of us. We're all broke again.
Yeah, we're all broke now.
Nobody dip into the funds.
No, I got enough to eat. That's about. I got enough
That's
for
really,
some
this
street
is really
meat.
bad,
That's
but I
about
don't
it.
remember what I got. They gave me extra
You got the 2 extra to your decks
from buying what?
from the book that you read last
Oh,
night.
that's right. I read a book. I read a book, everyone.
Dun, dun, dun.
One more time, I'm going to attempt to teach everyone the secret code that I know.
Oh.
from my whatever I have, the feat, just so that maybe if we need to speak in secret or write at least in it. That,
I rolled like really high for learning it, right? Like I already learned it. I'm good. Like I know.
No one else did.
I was like the only. Yeah, that's right. I remember it. That was rough. But
so I'm gonna try one more time. I would say over that 2 week we worked on it, and if you want to roll now, to see if anyone. Hold on, I remember where the fuck this even
Roll
is.
Roll a d20.
Hold on, I have to figure out linguist. Intelligence check of 21.
Yeah, roll an intelligence check, both of you.
Okay.
Leave that shit as well.
Oh, it's less than 21 because I'm teaching them. I think it's 15.
Okay.
Wait, so what am I rolling, sorry?
An intelligence
modifier.
check.
An intelligence. Yeah.
I rolled a nat 1.
Oh, great.
balls.
Okay.
This is
I've learned nothing. Spent
Okay.
too much time on my new book.
Mhm.
You're like, I can only take out in so much information.
That is correct.
Join us in the world of Elysium, our first one-shot, available now on YouTube and in podcast format.
All right, let's
Let's go.
let's do this.
Let's do this.
Alright. So, both of you guys failed your checks, so you guys don't learn the secret language.
Damn it.
Darfur.
What even is the language we're on about?
Simlish.
It's basically a code that I created.
And you're not willing to share that code with your bestie?
I'm trying. I'm trying to teach you, and you keep failing.
Well,
So far, I'm the only one who's rolled high enough to learn it.
Yeah, I have to teach you. You
guys
have to pass
will
an
just have to
intelligence check.
decipher
And
it
if
for
you're
us.
not taught, the DC is 21 to understand it.
oh.
Oh, wow.
We'll get there eventually.
We'll get there eventually.
I keep working on it.
Meantime, you'll just have to decode it for us.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the good news is there's at least two of us who know
Yeah.
it. Like there's
Yeah.
so
That's
there's
okay.
at least one other person who knows it.
It's like
So,
trying to teach you thieves' cant. It's my own style of thieves' cant, basically.
Gotcha.
Cool.
What now, good folk?
Are we traveling? Let's travel.
Are we going? Is it the next morning? Are we?
Oh, yeah, we'll see.
Where
So,
are we?
the next morning now, so you guys reconvene back down at the table for breakfast. If there's anything you wanted to do or anything like that before heading out up towards the castle or anything.
Nope.
I don't think so. I think we got it all together.
Also, it will go without saying that I did give Mitz a tour of the house last night, so he knows they know
Cool.
where all their stuff is and
Awesome.
the extra room and all that.
I got my chainmail, got my potions, got.
I'm just gonna do some stretches and just be like, oh, good morning, everyone. Ready for another day?
Yep,
let's go.
ready to hit it.
Yep, let's
Cool.
go.
Let's
Set
go.
up to the castle.
Are we taking a cart or are we walking?
We're just walking up to the
walking.
castle.
How
I
far
don't,
is it?
I don't think it's a far walk.
It's like a 10-minute walk up there. Or
Oh,
something.
that's
Oh,
fine. Just
okay.
walk. You can
You're
walk.
really
We need
close.
to get some fresh air and stuff.
Okay.
We don't need to Uber. It's only a 10-minute
Get
walk.
some vitamin D.
Uber cart.
So
Uber?
it's sort of towards the end of summer now, so it's starting to get a little bit chillier. Where you need, if it was our sort of weather, where you'd start to need to wear a hoodie rather than just a t-shirt throughout the day. And you guys are very freaking lucky because I rolled and there's no wind or rain, so it's just an overcast-ish kind of day. A little bit of like fog, some low sort of misty fog that's sort of lingering around because it's not late enough in the day yet where the sun's had a chance to fully come out for it to be burned away properly.
Perfect day.
And especially with how close you guys are to the sea as well, like it sort of
Ocean
explains
breeze.
why there's it sort of explains why there's a little bit of mist and fog sort of lingering about a bit. But heading up to the castle, you see that it is sort of all systems go up here. Like the guards are sort of out doing inspections of their groups and things like that. There's people coming in with chests filled with provisions. There are people sort of running around with like tables and things like that and putting them, or sort of taking them down to where you know the teleportation circle would be. Just sort of manic pre-packing day of people packing last minute, as it were, even though it's not like it's been planned for like 2 weeks. Like they're taking the stuff that would normally have been used in the castle and moving it now that they need to take it elsewhere.
There's always the mad dash right before an
Oh
event.
yeah, like where's my phone, where's my AirPods?
Yeah.
You manage to catch the eye of one of the guards who recognises you, who takes you up towards the council room, the group of the 6 of you. Inside of there, you see that this is like the calm before the storm, essentially, in this room. It's a lot quieter in here, like everybody seems to be kind of avoiding this room. And inside of there, it's not too busy, in all honesty. You see the Queen, you see Princess Louisa, you see Sir Emeth Citrus, you see, what is this guy's name again? I always forget it. Dervar Miardrithril? Lord Dervar Miardrithril, yep. That's the pronunciation we're going with.
I'm not even going to try.
And you see a very, very tall and muscular ASMR woman with white hair. It bears some facial features that resemble Met's.
Oh. Is that your mom?
Unfortunately.
Oh.
Little bad blood there.
I mean,
Well, your mom's kind of a hottie, though. I gotta tell you right now.
yeah, your mom's kind of hot. But like, do we need to cut a bitch? Like, where are we at with
Where are
this?
we at with it? Yeah. How we do?
I mean, it's fine. I'll stay on the other side of the room.
Oh,
And you see
so we are in.
Mets just nod to Dervar with the name I cannot pronounce, even though I created the fucking name.
Has he got a nickname that we could go by?
So we are no contact with mom. That's.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get a lay of the land. We are
Trying to get a
fine.
vibe on that.
We are fine hating your mom. She's still hot though.
Or it just, yeah.
Why are we like this?
Carry on.
Carry on. We're just like this. It just is what it is.
Hear this witness.
You guys are in there. There's a little bit of like a small kind of snack spread. Not really anything huge, just like some fruits and like some pitchers of water and things like that. Just as like little picky type things before you guys. After about 20 minutes or so, you all follow the queen downstairs to where the teleportation circle is.
Oh, and just pocket some snackins.
You
Chunk them on my way.
just like get some berries that have all been like sort of artfully prepared. You know how those artful like plates that you see where people like turn melon and stuff like that into like dragons and everything? Yeah, it's all cut up like that. So you just grab juicy fruit that is getting juice all over your hands and like just carry a big stack of it as if you're carrying like a massive stack of toast, but it's just like watermelon with some berries on top, some slices of pineapple.
So it's kind of like a Scooby and Shaggy sandwich kind of deal?
Yeah.
All right. I'm down. I got some snacks, everybody. Got some snacks.
Good job.
Yes.
Good job, buddy.
The fruit is really ripe. My hands are like sticking together.
No.
Yeah.
That's all right. As you said, we have prestidigitation in the family.
Oh, that's right. That's right. We do. Chomp, 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 chomp. I'm eating and walking.
Okay. By the time you manage to get down to the teleportation circle room, I would say that you've managed to eat your way through maybe half of the stack of fruit. Nobody, apart from Tix, not Pandora and Mets anyway, or any of the royal family, shall we say, is keen on taking you up on your offer of palm fruits.
Alright, well, I'm just gonna find a little table and set it over there in the corner, and if somebody wants some, then they can have
just
some.
gonna leave it.
Oh.
It's like you're the shadow baker
And
just
then-
opening up your coat and it's just watermelon and strawberries.
Right? And then I'll just put my hands out over in their direction and say, wipes? Wipes?
What?
Wet nap? Wet nap? Cloth?
Get off!
Prestidigitation, if you will?
Lick it off.
I'm not an animal.
I am.
I'm not gonna stand here while you lick my hands. You want some fruit juice? It's over there in the corner. Could someone just please prestidigit my digits?
Prestidigit my digits.
Prestidigitation?
Prestidigitation. It includes prestidigiting.
Yes, prestidigit my digits.
Yeah. Prestidigits.
Pandora just chuckles and waves her hand and the stickiness is gone. But the smell is still
thank you.
there of fresh fruits.
You still smell like fresh fruit.
Well, you know, there's worse things to smell like.
Fresh
True.
cut fruits.
Yeah, fresh cut fruits. Oh,
That sounds like our band name.
fresh cut fruits.
Fresh fruit.
Amazing.
I thought your band name was the Pussy Bandits.
It is.
It is.
Wait a minute. Don't we
It
have
is, but also fresh cut fruits is a good one.
Yeah.
We do another if we do another Oops All Bards campaign.
fresh cut fruits?
If we do another battle of the bands, that'll be one of the bands. Will be fresh cut fruit.
And we could throw pieces of fruit at our audience
Okay.
if it's got a punk vibe, you know.
Mm-hmm. That absolutely has a punk vibe.
I mean-
just tossing pen, pineapple, apple pen.
I mean, I think
Yep.
I did.
Pineapple.
Did I not go up in like Lederhosen or something at Pride in one of the villages or towns that we were in?
I think you might have.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I did.
you
Yeah, when you were in
have a-
Elan's, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I have a distinct memory of Leaf and Lederhosen, yes.
Yeah, and there was like an EMD arc, and then that was
I
a.
think the Lederhosen might have been when you were taking part in the drag competition.
Yeah, I was. Yeah. Of course.
There we go.
Oh, I love us.
Average day.
Average day here.
I mean, I think it's a good band name in itself, Lederhosen,
I mean, you're not wrong.
right? And then our first album could be Fresh Cut Fruit.
Mm.
No, Fresh
Okay.
Cut Fruit is.
And then the single off of that album is Ladies Hosen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're in the
Yeah.
teleportation
Anyway.
circle room.
Yes. You guys, I imagine, are just having this conversation on band names and things like that as everybody's just walking down and you're sort of at the tail end of the group.
Yep.
So everybody can hear your conversation.
Of course, we're not hiding it. They all know us well enough to know
No
this
shame
is
in our game.
how we roll.
So you guys all step into the teleportation circle. I'm gonna say, I can't remember how many people can go in a teleportation circle at a time, but I'm gonna
Like
say
like 9 or
Yeah.
like a lot.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna say that it takes 2 trips just because there's like 11 of you.
Okay.
12 if you include secret, so yeah, there's like 12 of you. So splitting off into like 2 different groups. I'll say Pandora and Met stick by you guys, just to avoid the
Okay.
uncomfortableness of the first group. And after feeling as though you're being sucked up through a tube and everything being rearranged.
Oh.
This you guys haven't used teleportation all too often. You have used it maybe once before, and
Mhm.
it was after a day where you had been fleeing from.
Yeah,
Lady
we were
Rihanna.
already.
Yeah.
We were all pretty rough at that moment,
Yeah.
so.
So now that you're fully aware, it's a bit of discomfort. But you imagine you'll kind of get more used to it the more you use teleportation circles or anything like that. And you appear in the middle of a camp area. There are sort of tents all around, or guards sort of going to and fro. People are moving the tables and things like that have been sent through. People are carrying banners and things like that, showing the coat of the realm and of the royal family and such, their sigils and everything. And they all seem to be heading towards this really large, ominous looking gate.
Well, that looks.
Imagine the black gates from Lord of the Rings.
Well, that looks intimidating.
Yes, it does.
It's sort of in a valley between 2 mountains, so like the base of the mountains is where the sort of gates start and are embedded into. They are currently closed though, the gates.
Oh.
You get the idea that the peace talks, given the fact that the Queen has just arrived, that the gates may open once the peace talks will be actually starting.
So, do we. Your Majesty, is the Queen still there? Like, we just biffed in right after them, right?
Yeah, it's been like maybe 10-20 seconds or something like that. She's just standing off to the side talking to the princess at the moment.
Okay, I'm gonna walk over to her.
Mm-hmm.
Your Majesty, where can we be of the most use here today? Do you need us to post up in various places? Do you want us around you? What should we How can we be of the most help today?
I think that in terms of where you'd be most beneficial would be up at in the area of the talks. Not necessarily part of the talks themselves as it is between two.
No, none of us are
boards.
qualified. None of
It
us are
would
qualified.
be better if we did no talking.
Yeah, I think probably best.
But in
If we get there.
terms of that, if you could join almost the first line of defense, or if anything does go wrong, as I believe in fighting alongside of you at the incursion at the castle. I seem to remember you all being able to move and fight very efficiently.
I mean, we're not bad. We're not bad.
Mm-hmm.
So should we pick our own spots or talk to the captain of the guard?
I leave it up to your discretion. The captain of the guard, you've met him before, I believe? And she points off to where Lord Sir, whatever his name is, that I cannot pronounce.
We gotta just change his name, just straight up.
What's his initials?
What is it? DM.
He's the DM. There we
He's
go.
the DM!
We could call him Lord Donald.
Lord Donald?
Well, his first name's Dervar.
Well,
Dervar. Okay, Dervar.
Lord
Dervar
Dervar.
is easy to know. Dervar.
yeah, Lord Gergar is good.
Dervar. Dervar.
So, do we want to go talk to him, or do we just want to pick our own? It makes sense to go talk to him.
Yeah, I think let's speak to him, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
you guys see Pandora and Mate sort of head over in that direction anyway.
Okay. Is Dervar like someone that we have to like curtsy to? I don't know the rules.
He's a
I mean, he
lord.
knows we've met him before. And he knows we're here to be part of the security.
Okay.
And
I
you
think
guys
you
are
have to bow.
you guys are part of the council as well, so you're working colleagues.
Okay.
Yeah, and you don't bow to lords, it just, majesties.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, we barely bow to the queen. We like her.
I mean,
So.
have you seen Downton Abbey?
No. Well, yeah, my mom.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
like,
people bow and like curtsy and
Yeah.
things like that to like.
Yeah.
But I mean, that was that time period, and I guess war period also, so I don't know.
I
I
know
don't know
that's
what-
because I try and think of like fantasy, and then I'm like also like, oh yes, lords and ladies, and you'd like curtsy and bow and like
Yeah, I also
That's
know
true.
my character, and they're not curtsying
No.
for shit. So
But there's
I
something
do.
really
I curtsy and it
satisfying.
looks beautiful.
But there's something so flamboyant and exciting about doing a little bow. It's like so nice.
You
True.
can bow if you want to.
I just like the idea of like, oh yes, hello, good sir. I don't know, I like it.
Okay, we'll see
No,
you
I
do
can
that.
see that.
Okay?
I can see that. I
So-
get it.
I mean, do you?
Yeah, so we'll see you do that. So Pandora and Metis are over talking to Dervar, and you just come over into the most flamboyant, largest bow that you possibly could.
Hell yeah, Krampus hat.
And they just like stare at you, like, especially Metis is like, what the? And then Metis will actually just say, what are you doing? And then there's like laughing while saying it.
Oh, you know, just being a bit like joyful. It's a nice day. I'm just enjoying myself. You know, nothing wrong with just being yourself.
Okay.
I step to the side of Leaf and I take their hand and twirl them around in a circle, and then I also bow.
Woo!
Great.
I do like that.
We
Like,
are actually.
it's not the curtsy, but you like cross your legs and like I do that as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't.
You're like, I do not.
Pandora
No.
just
You doing a
smirked for
dude?
that. I was like, good
You
job.
do a dude.
I just
nod.
give the dude like chin nod, like
So,
so, like the bro nod.
So unfair,
Well, I would
unfair.
say roll a history check for me, Tex, actually.
Roll a history check.
Oh.
Okay.
You're in trouble.
Probably. Yeah, since I rolled an 11.
Oh.
I mean, you.
I mean, I beat a 10, so maybe I'll
Yeah.
know.
I mean, you remember Pandora, and the sort of conversations that you've had with mates as well. You know the dynamic between their little group of three, and that Lord Dervar, who is like an elf, is Metzi's father.
Oh. the one that Mitz likes, as opposed to Mitz's mom that Mitz hates.
Yes.
Okay. I get the feeling Mitz's mom is a bitch. And so anyway, so I'm just gonna say we are at your disposal. Is there positions you would like us to take up? How can we be of the most help and the least hindrance to today?
Yeah, not in general, just for
Just
now.
for today. I can't promise tomorrow. We are nothing if not a hindrance.
Oh boy.
He just looks at Metz and sort of gestures like, "Go on, like go ahead." And Metz, why don't the four of you stick close by to me during this? I'll be sort of in the middle of the front line. Pandora will sort of be staying back here just as backup. But I will be in the middle of the front line, so if you want to
Perfect.
stay by me, then...
Flying V situation.
You're that, or just a... You'll see when we get up there. It's more of a sort of rounded position.
Okay. A rounded flying U then.
A flying you, if you will.
More so just because the curve is better strategically for defense.
All right, let's do this.
Ready, break.
Ooh.
You say that, and everybody just still stays where they are because well, it's going to take like another hour or so before the gates open up. But we'll say that you're able to just sort of get a lay of the land, find out where some tents are pitched for all of you, in case the peace talks extend over a couple of days or accommodations made. There are 2 tents set up for you. They're large tents though, where they're sort of makeshift actual like camp beds. Like, you know how the ones that have got like the crossbars and things like that, and like the little kind of hammock.
Yeah. So it's like you stumbled into like an Imperial camp in Skyrim. I'm picturing in my head.
Sure.
Okay.
So it's not as if you're going to be like sleeping on bedrolls or anything like that.
Right. It's like army. They're like army tents. They're tall.
Yeah.
Like you can stand up inside them, and yeah.
Yeah, and there's like a small table in the middle of each of them.
Yep.
And things
Yep.
like that.
Got it.
So you're able to sort of leave your packs there with anything you don't really want to be carrying around, or potentially having a battle with you at all, or anything like that if things go south or anything during the course of the peace talks. And there's a bell that tolls sort of once you've sort of been sitting in the tents for maybe 5-10 minutes or so, just sort of chilling out as a group, and you hear a bell toll, like a large gong. It goes maybe about 3 or 4 times, I would say, and you hear the rest of the camp just go quiet, and then you start to hear like an army moving, like with the constant beat of the dong dong, like for the footsteps on the armor just sort of moving with them. You sort of take that as your cue. You guys can all follow suit if you want.
All right. I'm ready.
So it takes you about, from this area of the camp, about 10 minutes or so. You find Metz sort of in the middle of it all, sort of walking with their father towards the front line. You also see Mexie's mother on the other side. She's dressed in like sort of, I wouldn't necessarily say like long like cleric style like temple clothes, but like a long sort of white tunic that does have the symbol of what is the name of that god? Una. That has the symbol of Una on the breast of it, which is the fist with the sword aloft.
It's mom is really hot. I'm a little disturbed by that.
To be fair, I never once did see what the other half of the half-elf was for mates. Until I decided it like 3 days ago.
Yeah, you know.
So.
You know how I am about angry, muscle-bound women. Anyway.
Yeah.
Ooh, shit.
So you head on over with the rest of the army and with mates, just sort of making like general chit-chat, conversation, polite talk. All the guards and the army and things like that behind are walking in silence though. Like this is not the guards who you've sort of seen around the cities or anything like that, but this is like the fucking army. Like well-trained, well-oiled machine, move in tandem with each other, not a step out of place in their march.
The people who should have been there when we fought that wyvern forever ago.
Yeah.
But
You're
now,
busy, you know?
Now you realise why they weren't, because they were all here. Because this is where the main sort of fights and things like that do break out.
Yeah.
You see sort of in front of the gate there's a long table sat. The queen is sitting in the centre of it, with the princess on one side and Sir Emeth Citrus on the other. And then Mexie's mother follows suit and joins them at the table. There are some like flag bearers, like sigil banner bearers, sort of standing behind them as well. And everything is all quiet for a good like 30 seconds or so once everybody stops moving and you're just looking around like what the hell is going to happen next essentially. And then you hear like a rumble and you see the gates. They aren't opening sort of as you would expect them to like normally open, like outwards or inwards at all, but they just retract and like sort of pull back in as if it's like pocket doors. And they just retreat into the mountains. On the other side, you finally get your first look at... I need the other book. There are too many books today, guys. You finally get your very first look at... More so just because I want the description. At Farah Battle Cunning, daughter of Kado, the Queen of the Vale.
Mm-hmm.
As you now learn that is her full name, through like council meetings and conversations that you've sort of had in the leads up to the peace talk. I would say you guys obviously haven't went in sort of empty-handed. You've been given some kind of form of information for who the kind of big players are and people to look out for and everything. So this person in front of you is a very large female Goliath. Dressed not quite in the finery of the queen, but her armour is polished immaculately. The queen's also wearing like sort of ceremonial armour, not quite the armour that you saw her fighting in, but she's wearing a more ceremonial version of it that's a bit more stripped down. And this person in front of you, unlike the other Goliaths you've sort of seen, does have very long black hair that has been braided down in one single braid down the back of the head. Beside her is an older looking Goliath. A male Goliath for the older one. A Goliath that looks quite similar in age. And you also see an ear genasi. Sort of a light blue, almost purplish, but almost like switches to like a sort of orangish as well, sort of depending on the light that you look at them in their pallor. So there are 4 people on that other side, and 4 people on the side that you're on. Behind them as well, you also see quite a considerable looking army, but it doesn't look quite as well put together as the army of the realm. They're all wearing mismatched kind of armor, mismatched kind of colours, different weapons and shield styles and things like that. It's not uniform. It looks a bit more like the army's being sort of put together quite hastily.
And these are all people on our side?
This is the people on the other side.
Okay. Can I do an inside check to see the general, see if there's anyone like the general mood of the other side?
Sure.
That's a nat 20.
Nice.
Wow.
So insight, that's 23.
Okay. So you get the feeling of a little bit of like nervous excitement sort of racing through a little bit. But you also get a feeling of not quite anticipation, but more so just watching and waiting for their queen to prove herself.
Cool.
Okay. So, I won't bore you too much with what actually goes on in the peace talks themselves and like word for exactly what everybody's going to be saying, because you guys are standing a little bit further back, so unless you have a really good perception, you're probably not going to hear every single word anyway.
Mm-hmm. I just want to know the general, like,
yeah, the general direction of it.
The room as it goes on.
Yeah. So initially, everything seems a bit tense, understandably. It's probably the first time that these two sides have had peace talks in years, if not decades or anything else. In terms of sort of a little bit further on, once pleasantries are sort of exchanged and things like that, things do start to become slightly more heated in the discussions between the two. I wouldn't necessarily say that it's at the point where you're ready to like grab your weapons or anything like that, but you can tell that it's just a heated debate in terms of what each side kind of wants out of the peace talks and what concessions they're willing to make. There's a brief recess for lunch, where neither side kind of leaves because the gates are open, but you see that there's like some servants and things like that that come running around almost like picnic style, and they're just kind of handing out like very, very small boxes of, I wouldn't say very, very small, but like small boxes of foods that's got like some very well made like kind of jerky and things like that, and like dried meats, some really nice like cheesies and things like that, some nice like fresh crusty bread and things like that as well. So you get the idea that the preparations in terms of the kitchens for the army and for the queen and everything like that, they have been sort of on high alert for the last 2 weeks and making sure that everything is prepared. After lunch, things start off a little bit quieter again. There's a couple points where you see that there's people who just sort of stand up and walk about, just to like sort of get some movement in them, so then they're not becoming like too frustrated at all or anything like that. But they do eventually sort of settle down, and the talks do continue until dusk. When
I fall asleep. I fall asleep a couple times.
I wouldn't blame you. It's not something
If I
that's
see River nod off, I'm absolutely gonna go over and like give him an elbow check.
it's
Ow, this is so boring.
River's just like
Yeah,
leaning against
the problem
Torin.
is- The problem is we need to be ready if it doesn't get boring. Because if it gets unboring, it's gonna be real unboring.
Can I tie someone's shoelaces together?
No. I know you get antsy.
Get in!
I know you get antsy and you want to fidget. Get a fidget toy.
What? No.
Just try and steal something for someone. I'm such a bad influence. I'm like, yeah, let's do it.
Ooh.
The temptation is real.
I will say that throughout the peace talks for the day, in fact, roll a perception check, everyone, for me.
Oh gosh.
Perception.
I'm going to set the DC for this at 22, by the way.
Oh wow.
I'm too busy napping and being bored.
And so perception check.
Nat 20, baby!
Wow.
A 26 or
Okay, you're
something?
fine.
I'm proficient in perception. I
got
believe it's a +6.
That one.
No, +5, so 25.
Mine's a dirty 20.
Okay,
But also, I got a nat
Yeah.
20, baby.
exactly. So Tix is the only one that sees this. You're the only one who manages to clock where Secret is throughout the day at various different points.
Points. Well, that's cool.
You get the Secret's job at these peace talks is a little bit different than what yours is.
Yeah. Which I would assume anyway.
Yeah. So, at dusk, you see the two groups stand and sort of go behind their respective tables. Their respective tables are very, very close. In terms of like essentially being butted right up against where the gates were before they retracted to open up. And you see them both just sort of standing behind the chairs, and each sort of group is just making slight pleasantries at this stage. Just sort of talking about, from what you kind of gather, it doesn't look as though anything's been settled. You wouldn't have expected anything to be settled there and then anyway, in terms of a morning and afternoon. And you see the gates are starting to come back in again, and everybody sort of stays in position until the gates are fully closed and you hear the loud thunk for them closing again. The Queen and everybody else just sort of turns round, the bannermen sort of falling in behind, and then the Queen sort of heading off back towards where her tent area is.
Alrighty.
Metz turns to you all. I think as members of the council you guys will be wanted in the tent.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Okay. Well, head
boy.
on in then.
Okay. Takes you a little bit longer to get back there just because of the massive army that's behind you. I would say it's like 500 to 1,000 strong, this army. At the very least. It's more just there sort of as a display of force rather than like being like the full numbers of the army, who you imagine could come in very quickly at any point. So you guys head on back over then towards where the Queen's tent is. Inside you see Metz, sorry, not mates, Lord Dervar, the Princess, the Queen, sorry, Miss Citrus, and Metsy's mother.
Oh. Are there like seats around the table, or is it a stand-up situation?
I would say that there's a table there for or at least a chair for the Queen. It looks as though this is sort of like a tent for just her to be sleeping in. So it's got like a sort of room divider sort of thing where you imagine like her facilities are kind of behind. There's some sort of tables dotted around and some chairs. Enough for all of you, including Secret. And someone brings in like a spread of dinner for you all. Sort of like a nice sort of summer stew, as it were. I wouldn't say it's like a fish stew or anything like that just because of where you are. But it's like a sort of fruity, like a plum stew sort of thing. Served in like nice crispy bread rolls with like potatoes and things like that round about for you all.
Delish.
So that went about, the Queen says to you all, so that went about as well as could be expected today. Or
Did it?
Anyway. Well,
Did it?
no one killed each other, so I would say that's a win.
Did you get anywhere?
A little bit.
Like- How many days did this go on?
Either until we finish our talks one way or another, either peace or not peace, or someone kills each other, if I'm being honest. Which hopefully the latter won't come to fruition. I think the main sticking point at the moment, with them anyway, for what they want is obviously they want sovereignty, which is not something that I necessarily want, but historically over the last however many years it's been what every single previous ruler has wanted, so it's a bit of a sore point. They want
What are the drawbacks to sovereignty for them, to us?
the drawbacks.
Yeah.
In all honesty, there are none, which is why I don't know why things like this have gone on for so long.
What do they say the drawbacks are?
Previously, it's been every single previous ruler prior to myself has seen it as their right that this land belongs to the realm and that the realm needs to be sort of united with the land beyond the Usvale Mountains, which is where the Vale gets its name from.
So it's just pretty much been
Manifest destiny.
mine. It's mine, and I don't wanna.
A bit, yeah. So it's been a long road for these last, until I was able to gain the favour anyway of the council to put these peace talks into place. In terms of the Vale, as I refuse to call it the Fractured Vale, as others do, it has been a long road for them to be able to get to the place where they have had someone in a position of power who's been able to sort of come to the table and carry out these talks.
So they have been unorganized, so to
Ununited,
speak.
yes.
Yeah. All right.
So there's been lots of work to be done on both sides to be able to get to this point. So it'll just take a little bit longer. Unfortunately. Is there anything that any of you sort of noted or anything like that throughout the proceedings?
No?
No.
I mean, it looked about as straightforward as one could hope. I didn't see anything. The only person I saw lurking about was Secret, so
Which is to be expected.
mm-hmm.
I did have Secret on the lookout for if they had anybody on the lookout, as it were.
I figure if I could see Secret, I'd have been able to see them, and I didn't. So So do we just do this all again tomorrow, I guess?
Pretty much, unfortunately.
Cool.
Here for the duration sort of thing, so I hope that the camp was able to set you up with some accommodations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have tents, we have cots, we've got what we need.
Plenty of provisions.
Well, it looks as
We're
though
good to go.
It looks as though we're stuck here for the duration, unfortunately.
Is there anything else you'd like us to do tomorrow besides standing up on the parapets?
I know it's not the most riveting thing, and I can tell you that being at the table is also not the most riveting thing. I've got no qualms in telling you that. It's long and tedious, and I can only imagine that standing for that length of time is also long and tedious.
Oh, were we supposed to stand?
Oh, River. I mean, no one can expect you to stand for that long. You're a cat.
That's like asking rain not to fall.
So if you wanted to sort of be on the lookout tomorrow for because if you notice Secret, chances are they may have noticed Secret as well to be backup.
Happy to keep my eyeballs out for nonsense.
You don't necessarily need to be in the front line tomorrow. If there's other areas that you want to pay attention to.
I mean, it wouldn't be bad to kind of scope out through the ranks and just do a little recon, see what there's to see. So we have, you said, like 500 to 1,000 troops?
Yeah.
Which is a ton. How many do they have?
They have.
Is it just the 4?
Yeah.
Or do they have like?
They have in the region of, I would say, 500 to 750. So it's not quite as many as what was brought by the realm.
Okay, and are they so? Just for theater of the mind.
Yes.
So there's the gate that, like, the tables are on either side of the gate. The gate opens, negotiations begin, the gate closes. So I assume our army is all around this way behind our table, and theirs is all around.
Yeah, just not quite as regimented in a formation, but they're all just sort of standing there.
And it would probably be not great if we got caught trying to sneak over to look at their army.
Probably not the best, no.
Okay. That would probably ruin everything.
Quite possibly, yeah.
If we got caught.
Got it. Alright.
Okay.
So we reconvene tomorrow?
Yeah, and here I am saying this in front of River as if that's not going to give her
What? I'm sorry. Again.
I know you heard the if we got caught part, so
I have grown exponentially, and that would never be something I would even think about. Now.
Insight check.
Go ahead.
I'm kidding. I know you're being real.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right.
I'm here for it.
Well, that's a 7. keep in mind I have a +5 to my insight, so that was not a great roll. I burned my nat 20 on earlier.
And I'm not lying. I rolled a 7, but I'm not lying. I rolled a 3 and it's a 7.
So we tied. So all right.
No,
I knew you weren't lying.
Did you then?
Mostly.
Hoping.
And the gates shut, so we can't see them at all now.
No, which also means that they can't see us. It was
Right. So, like, are the gates like? Is it like rock face, and then you have the gate in the center? Is it like
the best way to describe it is like a pocket door? In all honesty,
right?
So
A pocket door built into like rock or stone
into like the rock of the mountain itself.
Okay.
We could do a lap before we head to bed.
Yeah, let's do. I could use the stretch of my legs and just a little look-see around. A little looky-loo.
Okay. So you guys bid good evening to the Queen and to everybody else, and head out towards the gate to do a little bit of perceiving. Make sure there's no threats.
A little perceiving, yes.
I perceive
Nothing.
That'll be fun.
I mean, it's a defensive feature for both countries. Somehow it's the one thing. Like, roll a history check, anyone who wants to know this, and we'll see if you guys know this.
Hold on. A history, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, babe, look! I rolled a nat 20!
Hey!
I want you to know I probably rolled way higher on my perception. I was on the wrong character sheet.
Oh no.
Or on my deception, whatever. Or actually, it would have been just persuasion. Oh no,
Yeah.
persuasion would have been less. So I actually rolled a 4, but I was still telling the truth.
What? No. Yeah, so I rolled a nat 20 on my history check.
Anybody else want to roll for the history of the game?
I rolled a 1.
Roll a history check. Okay.
Oh, jack shit. I'm not from this area.
History. Dum, dum, dum.
I don't know what neighborhood I'm in.
15.
Okay.
I didn't read any books.
Okay. I would say that anybody who... So pretty much just Leaf and Tix. You guys would know that this... Which actually makes sense because you guys are from the realm. You would know that this gate was built about... The construction started about 250 years ago and was completed 200 years ago. And it was the one time where both sides were actually able to work together in the past. And it was just to create a defensive measure for both
We hate you
parties.
so much that we're willing to work together this one time so I don't have to look at your fucking face.
Yep.
Yep. Cool. And just because I had already rolled it, if we are in fact perceiving as we walk around, I rolled a 19 for
I rolled a nat 20.
Okay.
So that's a 26.
And you see that there are sort of some guards who are stationed there, and it's almost like when you guys are walking around this area, it's like a changing of the guards at this point. Definitely not ceremonial guards. They definitely have their hand on their sword at all times in alertness and preparedness in case something does happen. And
I'm looking for any weaknesses in walls. Does it look like there's anyone checking things out that doesn't belong here?
Yeah, anyone who looks even slightly shady, like
ways in. Yeah.
Not that you can see. It looks all quiet.
Am I the only one that feels like this is going too smoothly? Like, is that just me being paranoid because my life has been a wreck for most of it?
I mean, is it going smoothly? I mean, they could have fucking worked their shit out. It's just long and boring.
Politics. I mean, politics are long and boring. Like, that's facts. But does it just feel a little bit like everyone's following the rules a little too closely, or I don't know.
I mean,
I just have
I mean, I get why.
I have a feeling of dread, a general malaise. I don't know where it's coming
Well, that's
from.
good. It keeps you on your toes. That's healthy.
Malaise sounds like something you put on toast.
That's
Malaise
mayonnaise.
is something you put on toast with some depression.
With a sprinkling of ennui.
And a sprinkling of ennui.
And you eat it in the dark.
And that's how you
Yeah.
make fairy bread.
Or in your car.
Eat it in your
In the
car.
closet.
Eat it in the dark
Is
closet.
it? I don't know. For me, eating in your car is like sitting in your car at your house, like shame eating. Like this is what
Oh,
I'm.
is that shame eating? Oh.
I eat in my car all the time because I don't want to be in my office and I don't want to waste my gas.
Yeah.
I mean, I eat in my car all the time too, but like it's different if you're like going somewhere and you're eating in your car versus
Parked in your own driveway.
park in your own driveway.
True. Okay,
Different vibe.
It's a different vibe.
so
DM, I'm getting sleepy. I haven't been sleeping very well. And I admittedly actually not off sitting up just a minute ago.
I think
Just-
we're wrapping up soon, but I could be wrong.
Okay, I'm just letting you know. It's like, it has nothing to do with the game. I just haven't been sleeping well.
Yeah, don't worry. I totally feel that.
so
Okay. I found myself nodding off and I was like, oh, shit.
I mean, literally, River was doing the same thing, so it's fine.
All right.
Politics.
So, you guys head on back towards where your tent is and start to get settled in for the evening. Haven't quite like got into bed yet at all or anything like that. But everything is very eerily quiet. Like,
Yeah, this I don't like.
You know what I mean? I don't like this.
but you also don't
Ominous.
hear anything from further away either. Like there's no sound carrying like from over the mountains at all or anything like that. But you guys are able to talk to each other. It's not
Like there's no animal sound even? Like,
It's-
Are there?
do you
Yeah.
have insects?
Are there like insects or birds? Like, is it like normal natural sounds, but like no
It's just
humanoid?
everyone in all over the camps are just listening for someone else to make a noise, so there's no noise.
Yeah.
They're like, be quiet. Shh.
Yeah, like you would expect that you're able to hear like maybe like some people doing drills or like people heading out towards where the watches are, which you do hear very quietly on occasion. It's almost like either side doesn't want to make too much noise in case they think that something is happening and sort of sets the other side off preemptively at all or anything like that.
Right.
But at
You
the
don't want to
same
have
time-
a thing get misheard. Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, it is just very, very eerily quiet. Are any of you sitting outside at the moment?
No, I'm like in like the dining area because obviously I don't need much sleep.
I mean, I think that probably yes, I would be, because I'm already feeling a little.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like
I'm actually inside laying on the ground.
Yeah, I'm definitely curled up next to you somewhere, just like gone. I'm dead. I'm so sleepy.
Okay.
Like, oh, River looks so sweet, all curled up.
I'm like doing that cat.
Doing that cat thing. Oh,
Okay.
look at those proteins.
So Tix, you would be the first one then that hears people starting to run. But they're not
Uh-oh.
running
Oh.
away. They're running towards where the gate is.
if I see people like. Also, I don't know if it helps, but I have the alert feat. So like, so do I see people running too? Like, do I see people moving in that direction?
Yeah.
I poke my head back inside and I just yell, "Wake the fuck up!" and I take off.
Okay, because I'm probably the closest in the dining room that
Yeah,
can
yeah.
hear that. I'm gonna just sprint out the door.
What? What's going on?
I sit up and I said, "We're running," and I hop up and I head out the door.
I was sleeping.
You basically grab River then.
And just
She's
run.
like, I'm like,
We're running.
I'm like, what?
Okay.
We're running it again.
Yeah.
I can catch up, so it's fine. I have lots of movement.
So you guys are all completely focused on like following where the army is going.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't necessarily notice the sky brightening up bright orange,
Oh no!
red, and yellow,
Oh,
and smoke until
Oh.
you hear
This is not good.
You're fucking bragging.
an explosion coming from where the queen's.
Christine has frozen.
I know.
Oh no!
I know. Give it a second. Give it a second. It's for dramatic effect.
A long pause.
I'm going for dramatic
like-
effect. Google's just helping. You hear before you see it because
no!
Oh,
what's
no.
going on?
They actually froze this time.
Yeah,
Whoa!
yeah, you froze for good that time.
Are we back?
It was a good pose. You were smiling.
Well, that's good. I don't
Yes,
Yeah,
the orange sky. It's such
Okay.
a good sign.
Orange sky,
Orange
red,
sky with the
smoke.
red. It's
Orange sky with smoke and reds and yellows, and you hear it before you see it. A giant
Oh, God.
fireball rising into
So-
what on earth?
Oh no!
Okay, let's fix this. 2 seconds.
Oh
Let's-
no!
Let's hope
a
that
fort.
works. Okay, so you guys hear it before you see it. A giant fireball turning into a fire tornado
Oh.
Oh,
Jesus.
in the direction of the Queen's tent.
Oh shit!
no!
And that's where we'll finish.
Dun dun dun.
Oh. Well,
Wow.
Whoa.
Okay, wait. Well, we'll do one thing just quickly so that we have time
Mm-hmm.
and we can do this now.
mhm.
Roll a perception check for me.
Perception. Okay.
But this is like
Oh.
post perception check, as it were.
18. 18.
I rolled
Actually,
a
I'm going to
fucking
ask
nat one.
while that was happening, while everyone else was running. My first instinct would actually to be find somewhere and climb up and get higher ground.
Okay.
This is perception.
And would that give me advantage on my perception?
No, because this is like a post
Okay.
perception check.
18.
Okay.
Hold on.
Minus 22.
22, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Perception. Okay, so I'm 19.
Okay.
Yeah, I rolled a nat one. So I'm just running. I'm just
Yeah.
full
So-
like panic running.
Yeah, so this is like for essentially a perception check for when you guys were leaving the Queen's tent earlier.
Mm.
To put it that way. So Tix, you were just to sort of focus on Mitzi's mommy.
Oh sure, I didn't notice because
Yeah.
I'm an asshole.
You know and you remember that Secret was going into the tent as everybody else was leaving. Secret was not in the tent with any of you and was in the Queen's tent. Is Secret still there? You don't know. But you do know that a giant fire tornado is starting in the Queen's tent, in the area of the Queen's tent.
Yeah, full sprint, full sprint, full sprint.
How far did we make it before we saw this?
So you knew the area of the Queen's tent. You guys were maybe about 5-10 minutes walk away. You were in a bit of a quieter area. Just because she needs like a really large fucking guard around about her. With her being the queen and with her being the princess and the queen's sibling all sort of in the one area. They're all in separate tents because you don't let frickin' heirs and
you
things
know,
like that travel in the same plane.
The president and the vice president
yeah,
do not
Quite
travel
a
on the same
ways.
plane.
when we ran out and started running with the other folks, we're quite a clip away at this point.
Well,
so you guys were maybe about 5 minutes walk away, 5 to 10 minutes walk away, and you were heading off in the direction of the gate before you saw Fireball Tornado.
I'm just gonna say this for when we start the next one. As soon as I see that fucking fireball turn into a fire tornado, I click my fucking boots.
Yeah, I was going to use Cat's Grace as well and go in that direction. So
Cool.
that's 120 feet.
So my boots are activated and I am running at top fucking speed.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we will pick up there next time. And
All right.
Cool.